righty. So today we're talking about how to keep your potential sellers away with our as part of your listing presentation, or you could do it as an existing listing. Either way, but there's a tool in here. I can't think of what it's called right now. I'm drawing a blank. Um, Hold on. I'll tell you. Oh, the property exposure report. I was like, I can't think of what the report's called. So you're going to go to your one login. You should be able to see my screen there. So you're going to go to your one login. If you don't have the little circle one on your extension or you're not using Chrome, you can just go to, I believe it's onelogin.com. Hold on, I'm trying to move my toolbar. Everything's in my way today. Yeah. So realty1group.onelogin.com is the website that will give you the login. It should have you log in. Once you get here, you want to go to OneSuite. If yours isn't on your frequents, then you can just go apps or you can search for OneSuite, or just search suite, whatever works. But that's where you're going to head to find this. There's so many tools in here. We're going to be covering these throughout the month of December. So we have today's training. Then we're going to take a short hiatus until the 10th because I will be traveling for the next few days. Also in office tomorrow is a great AI training that you should check on. If you get to this page here and it's giving you the single sign-on, just wait patiently. Don't click anything because it will, as long as you're already logged in, it will take you to the next round. All right. So anyways, AI training tomorrow in office. I highly recommend that you do it. All right, so inside OneSuite, we're going to be covering a lot of these tools that you have in here over this month, but today we're going to go into client reports. So on the left-hand side of the page, there's a toolbar. You're going to click client reports and then go down to property exposure reports. Okay, here's where you have those property exposure reports. So let's say that you have a listing appointment coming up and you want to wow your potential sellers with what the market's doing. We can just go in here and click new. Eric, do you have an address that you want me to pull up? You can throw it in the chat box or unmute yourself. Or Jake, do you have an address of a house that you'd like me to demonstrate this on? Otherwise, I will pull one up. I just don't have one off the top of my brain. HRIT. Let's see here. I was hoping it would pop up. Let's go with, well, earlier today I did 162 Hawthorne Court. So we'll pull that one up again. It should auto-populate. Again, this doesn't have to be your listing. So this could be like you're getting ready to sit down and do a presentation with a potential seller. Pull this report first. The other way this report will work is if you have an existing listing, keeping your sellers up to date on a weekly basis or a monthly basis of what the market's doing. It's going to ask here, do you want to include the automated home value estimate page? Okay, I would say yes. Okay, for those that are just joining us, we're inside of OneSuite, which is inside your one login under client reports, your property exposure report. We're going to click create PDF and it's going to say report created. You're going to hit OK. Here is what that property exposure report looks like. It's going to take a minute. All right, it'll download that report for you. Here it is, it's generating it. and opening that PDF. When I share my screen on Zoom, it always takes forever. All right, here is our property exposure report. It's branded to the one group, right? One realty group. It's got the property address and then the month that it was done. And then notice down here, it says, it's probably really faint to see on your screen, but it says as of 12/2/2025. So it gives you your date as of. Okay. We're going to scroll on down. As long as all your information is in there, it's going to pull over your information, okay, automatically into this report. First page, when your home is listed with Realty One Group, it's syndicated to over 100,000 websites worldwide, including Google, Zillow, realtor.com. These sites welcome over 500 million searches for homes just like yours every month. At Realty One Group, we've captured a huge number of local buyers, and our platform is ready to send your home to them the moment it's listed. Listing exposure to a vast number of potential buyers. Okay, this page doesn't change very often. The first square says 50,701 is the total number of buyers signed up and looking for homes on realtyonegroup.com. So that's the total number of clients people have registered with home searches on our ONESuite. The next number is 19 million and some change, the total number of searches made on realtyonegroup.com by buyers looking for homes like yours in the last 90 days. And then 1,272,000 and some change is the total number of listing alerts delivered in the last 90 days. So, right, it's just pulling the stats from our entire ONESuite network of every agent inside of Realty One Group. Okay, so it's making you look like, oh my gosh, not only is it going to get syndicated out on Zillow and Realtor and Homes.com and all these other websites, but just in their own network, it has the potential to be seen, right? 30,439 is the total number of people receiving property detail reports who could see your home once listed. And then 14 million is the total number of property views across the web for Realty One Group listings in the last 90 days. So, right, so just some big picture stats so that if you're a new agent, if you need help selling yourself, this just gives you this tool of, hey, here are our stats for us as a company. Okay, even though we're locally owned and operated, even though we've got that small town feel, even though I'm hyper local, this is what I can get your listing in front of, right? So super cool there, just page one. Page two is the automated home value estimate for the address chosen. It's going to give you what Zillow has. So Zillow has it at 760,700 with a range of 715 to 806. The next one is Home Luncheon. I don't even know what that powers, but you should pull that up and check it out, see what sites that powers, but it's another automated home value system, which puts it at 782 with a range of 743 to 821. And then you've got Burrow, which is 775, and that range is 728 to 821, right? Sellers are going to want to know. They're already looking. I can tell you they've already Zillowed their home. So now you've put it in front of them. For listings that you currently have active, this could help you just pinpoint what the market's doing as far as the automated values. All right, we're going to keep on scrolling down to the next page. The next page is going to give our monthly market overview. I don't know why this is October, but that's all right. We'll just leave it alone. It could be that's the last verified reports. But here we have the monthly market overview for October. Oh, you know what? Because we just finished November. So November's not published yet because all the stats haven't settled yet. That's why I was like, it's December. Why are we in October? But that's why. In the next week, it'll update to the November stats. It's going to compare it of October 2024 to October 2025, right? The gold bar is 24 and the gray bar is 25. So this is the number of sold listings. It's gone down 25% year over year. The number of new listings is up 11% year over year. And average days on market is up 358%. Okay, little bar for October 2024 for days on market. Average days on market is longer. Okay, then we've got last month and year-to-date numbers. So it's comparing new listings, sold listings, median list price, median sold price, median days on market, average list price, average sold price, average days on market, and then list to sold ratio. And if you are confused over why we have median and average, just to recap, your average is all the homes that sold. Okay, let's say there were 10 homes that sold. We're going to add up the sales price for all 10 homes, divide it by 10. That's our average price. If it's our median price, then we're going to look at all the homes sold. We're going to find the one that's in the middle, and that's our median price. Okay, so that's just in the middle of the road. Okay, and then it's got those stats not just for the month over month, okay, but it's also got year to date. So super helpful in being able to show a potential seller or your existing seller what the market is doing. Okay, so some good stats there. October 2024, the average days on market was 26. Average days on market this year is 119. Year to date, our average days on market for 24 was 40 and 57 for 2025. Okay, prices have gone down year over year as far as average sold price. Okay, average list price is down. So that's just a good indicator of the market. Then it's got this nice graph of average list price versus sold price. The dotted line here is the price it was listed for. Look at all these people chasing the market because they thought it was going to continue to go up, and then it leveled off and started going down. So look how far off they were there. The gold bar here, that's the actual sold price. So we're in line right now. You can see the average list price is doing what they should be, which is being below that gold line, not on top of the gold line. So just kind of keep that in mind there. So anyways, kind of cool graph showing that movement there. So I would take this report. If you're like, Amy, why would I need this? What would I do with this? If I had a listing appointment, I would absolutely put this in my pre-listing package, and I would go over it with sellers because it's a good indicator as to what the market is doing, where their house should be priced. Now, does this take off the obligation to provide a more detailed market analysis report, a CMA report? Absolutely not. I would include this with a CMA report. Excuse me. But it does give you just some good ammo. Again, it's going to back you with, hey, if you choose me, this is the additional views that you're going to get because of my company, right? So you got that on the first page. You got the automated value because they're looking at it anyways. Then you've got all those market stats for them to see so they can see what's going on with the current market. So I would absolutely include it in my pre-listing package. I would probably send this report out. I believe we're going to cover another report as well coming up in our future trainings that you can share with your sellers that you can actually automate to go emailed out to them on a weekly basis. But I would probably make sure they get this like once a month. So I would probably have on my calendar time block time on like the 5th or the 10th of each month, find out when this report gets updated. And then you better believe I'm going to be in there updating the reports and kicking them out to my sellers so that they can see what the market's doing if their property isn't yet in contract. Now, the cool thing about this is we have our property exposure report. You can print it, you can download it. Okay. The other thing that you can do is once you've created that report, like I could come in here to this one and just hit, hey, I want a new report. I haven't run this report since 24. I want a new report. So if I came in here and I was getting ready to, on the 10th of the month, send it out to all of my current listings so my sellers had an idea of what was going on with the market, I don't have to plug in everybody's address. I just come in here and hit new report, new report, new report. It's going to collect that data and update that report for you. So super handy there. Any questions about our property exposure report? Keep in mind too, you don't have to use every page. So if you're like, man, I just want that middle page with all the market stats, then just use that page. Just take that page and print it. You can go print page 3 and put it as a PDF, and then you'll just have that page, or you can download it like open it in something like preview and delete those excess pages. Okay, so many options there. You don't have to use every page if you don't want to. Here's the updated property exposure report that for the one that I ran a long time ago. See what this one looks like. The numbers again on the first page are all going to be the same. I would assume those maybe update on a monthly basis. It'd be interesting to pull one of the old reports. It's saying estimate unavailable. If you're having problems, let's go to 80 Marna. I just want to see here if I come out of there, go new report. I've had a few issues with the updated reports showing the value. So let's try to create a new one and see if it shows up in there. I haven't had an issue with it updating prior to today, but today when I've been in here messing with it, it was having an issue updating that automated valuation report. So let's see if it does it on a new report. Just so you know that if you have problems with it populating, that you have another option. All right. Yes, while we're waiting for that to load, yesterday we were going to show you how to send out market reports. That's going to get rescheduled, so just be aware of that. So watch the calendar. We're going to pick a day to make sure that we don't pass over that. And I may, if necessary, I may pre-record it and kick it out to you guys through the foxhole. So just pay attention to that. I know that our time is tight. I may run it tomorrow. All right, let's see now if I ran it as a new report, if it's going to pull that automated value. Nope, it skipped over it again. So you've got an issue there. But look at this house compared to the last one. You know, the graph looked a lot different on the last one compared to this one based on the address. Here's sold, new, average, days on market. Right, so it's pulling, as you can tell, like the last one was North Vacaville. This one's kind of over in the Travis School District area. So it is pulling market stats for the specific areas, not just, this is maybe zip code related, would be my guess. I could be wrong. It could be neighborhood related. Be interesting to see where the data is being pulled from. But some good data there. So it did skip over that valuated. Oh, there it is. Look at there. It just didn't populate. So if you're having problems with an updated report populating this information, then just run it as a new report. Again, I haven't had an issue with that up until today. So it seems to be a glitch happening in the system today, but it does give you that automated home value for 3 different systems. Anyways, so there you go. These trainings aren't meant to be long, just super quick, show you kind of the tech that we have at our fingertips. Any questions or thoughts or ahas on this before we wrap up today? And again, for those that joined late, we are inside of our property exposure reports inside of ONESuite. So you go to your One login, go to your ONESuite, go down to client reports, and then this is your property exposure report. Property exposure report. Okay. All right. If there's no questions, thoughts, or ahas, then I'm going to close up for today. Again, we'll be back on the 10th. And on the 10th, we have we're gonna talk about how to promote your listings through ONESuite. So using the ONESuite system, how to go in there and promote your listings. So stay tuned to that. And again, we'll be back with the market updates for clients, how to send those out later on this month that I missed yesterday. So there you go. I hope you guys have fun. Have a great day. Hopefully you have some fabulous weather. All right. We'll see you all on the 10th.